Oh, man. Thank you. Hey, you just extended the show another 15 minutes. Have a buddy that is considered what is Asian? What is Asian? I don't know how to pronounce your thing. Have a buddy that is considering kids with a trad girl. He is getting ready to turn 30. Don't do it. And making $250,000 a year. That's all. He could get a hotter girl, better looking kids, obviously, better understand the desire for trad values. How does a man balance good looking kids and a mother with good values? Let's see. How does a man balance good looking kids and a mother with good values? Okay. Well, let me explain to you the difference, since you are so kind with you're so generous here. The difference between wanting to get laid and the difference between like having good looking children. Okay. Because just to make things a little bit better. So how does a man balance good looking kids and a mother? So you're looking at things from the perspective of a girl, of a chick. This is Sexy Son's theory is what it is. Or at least it's rooted in that. When I'll just tell you from my personal experience, but I think that I am representative of a larger whole or general truth. When I saw my wife for the first time, the woman that would be my wife, my girlfriend and then wife, and I saw her in a club. I was playing a gig in a bar, and she was actually on a girls' night out with her girlfriends when I met her. And I did everything that they tell you you're not supposed to do. I didn't meet her in a freaking Barnes and Noble. I didn't meet her at college. I didn't meet her at Bible study. I met her in a bar playing a gig. That's where I met my wife. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is this. When I saw Mrs. Tomasi, now Mrs. Tomasi, I didn't go, I wonder what our babies would look like. No. You know what I did? I saw her hair. I saw her ass. I saw the thigh gap. Man, meets all the criteria for Rolo. And I thought, I would really like to tap that ass. In fact, I still think that these days too. I look at that, I go, man. In fact, you want to know you want to know what a real neg hit is? Gentlemen, if you're married and you have a very good looking wife and maybe you've been married for 10 years or something, here's the best neg hit you can give a woman. After you've had sex, or maybe before you've had sex, but when your wife is naked in front of you and she still looks good, whatever, you're not pandering, right? The best thing you can tell her is this. She goes, what? You go, let's just keep your ass that way. Say that. Wonder. It's a compliment and it's a threat in the same breath. But I even to this day, I'm like, I still want to tap that ass. I really want to have sex with my wife, right? I'm like, damn, let's do it. Let's get after it, right? And that's not to say that I find other women attractive too, but I only fuck my wife, right? So, but the proximate goal is I want to tap that ass. The ultimate outcome is we would have some pretty good looking babies. In fact, my daughter's gorgeous. Thank you very much. So, but that wasn't the goal. Not when I first saw her, that wasn't the goal. So when I hear guys say, well, how do you balance wanting to have like beautifully genetically perfect, symmetrical faced children? Nobody thinks that way. Okay. Not when they first see the chick anyways, they don't. So, and then to balance it with the good mothers and values. Okay. So I will tell you this again, I will speak from personal experience because that's all I have to go on. Okay. When I thought it was a good idea to get married, I didn't go, I wonder if she would be a mother with good values. That didn't cross my mind whatsoever. But when guys say, oh, you've got to go and what's this? Hold on. You're going to expose me for what? Go for it. Bring it. Rolo did stage acting when he was young. Let's expose him. You do realize I've talked about that before, right? Would you like me to? I'll tell you right now. You don't have to expose me. I'm happy to talk about. You want me to talk about myself? Fucking just ask me. I'll be happy to do so. He did stage acting. Oh my God. Yeah, I did. I played Macbeth, actually. I learned every line in Macbeth. It was mostly Shakespearean stuff because I like that. I did. Would you like to know would you like to know the plays that I was in? I'll tell you in a minute. Let me finish this story because he gave me $200 and you gave me shit. So when I saw my wife and I was like, you know what? I think maybe I want to formalize this in some way, right? And I was not the same person I am. Remember, I'm like 27, 28 back then. And I talked to some guys, I talked to some dudes. The conversation never happened. Like, does you think she's does she have good, fine moral character? Is she does she volunteer at the soup kitchen? That didn't happen. You know, when I decided I wanted to marry my wife, I asked myself two questions. I didn't vet her. I vetted myself. I said, is this the kind of woman that I can be faithful to? That was the number one question. That was my vetting started and ended with that. Is this person somebody that I can see myself having sex with till that day I fucking die? And the answer was yes. And it still is. The answer is yes today. Because I know me. I've seen me do it before. And if it ain't working, if it's not there, then it's not there. And oh my gosh, Rollo, that's so superficial. Oh, Rollo, sex is just one part of, so it's your whole life is just based around getting your wet, blah, 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 blah. Yes. And so is yours, actually. Because I will tell you this, if I couldn't have answered that question, if I couldn't have said, I can be faithful to this woman. And as I've said before, I've seen me do it. I've seen me cheat. I've been the cheated and I have cheated. Same thing. I've done both. I've been cheated on and I have been the cheater. So I know how it works. I know the feelings that happen. But I will say this, and here's why it's vitally important. Because your family depends on it. Your step parent, or your in-laws, your relationship. Like, you got to remember that when two people get married, it's not just the two people. It's me, my wife, now my daughter and her husband, now my daughter, her husband, and any future grandchildren I might have as a result of that. It's not just them. Now it's also my son-in-law's mother and father, who, by the way, are still together. And their family is now wrapped up in this. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law, and while my mother and father were still alive, God rest their souls, it was about them as well. It's about Ned and frickin' Anna right now, my dogs as well. Depends on one thing: fucking, wanting to have sexual relations, wanting to still be intimate with my wife. That is vitally fucking important. And if you can't answer that question, and ladies, if you can't answer that question either, don't get married. Gentlemen, don't get married. Don't get married if you can't say, I can be 100% faithful to this woman. And hey, here's one of those red pill guys saying that maybe being with that person, if you're going to commit and you're going to be faithful, here's what's important. You want to fuck her. She wants to fuck you. Genuine desire is important. Oh my God, Rollo, doesn't that go against everything that Justin Waller is saying? No. Justin Waller just has it's open on his end and it's closed on his girl's end, and they understand that it's above board. They agree to it, and no one is hurt. The families are still in the families, and that's it. And probably at a later date, I'm sure, and I totally expect this, that Justin's going to go, you know what? He's going to probably have the come to Jesus moment. He's probably going to be the prodigal son, and everybody's going to go, bravo, you finally saw the light. You finally came over to our team. Yay, prodigal son returneth. That's what they're going to do, because that's what stupid emotionalist idiots do. Okay. And you know what? They'll be just as fine with it then as they are being fine with me being faithful to my wife, because it's closed on my end and closed on her end. But I'll tell you, if you can't say I can be faithful to this person, if she can't say I want to faithful, but let's not even put it in terms of faithfulness or fidelity. Let's put it in terms of, I want to this person. I like this person so much. I am so aroused and attracted and so intimate and in love and crazy passionately in love with this person because I have a genuine, I'm going to defend lust right now. I have lust for my wife. What am I doing here? Fuck it, I'm out. Honey, on the bed. Yes, 27 and a half, almost 27 and a half years later. Yes, it definitely is possible if you stay in shape. I like sex so much. I don't want to see myself fat when I'm with my wife. And I don't want to see her fat either. And we have that agreement. It's not written into our vows, but we do have that mutual agreement. I like sex so much, I will never let myself go, put it that way. You want a secret? You want the secret to a healthy hair? Rolo's going to give you the secret to a healthy marriage and a healthy relationship. Stay in fucking shape and want to and fuck each other a lot. It might not be exactly what you're after, but that's probably the best starting point. Genuine desire, lust, arousal. I'll tell you this, man. I come back every time I come back from Vegas. Oh, is that new? When did you buy that? Where did that lingerie come from? Oh, a choker. Thanks, Vince. Yeah. Yeah, that is your, yes, of course. Absolutely. Do you still have passion for your wife? Do you demand your wife? Yes, I do. She knows this. Guess what? I don't have to demand. Isn't that awesome? Here's the best part of all that, Joe. I don't have to demand. There's no demanding. There's no submit to my will, bitch. There's nothing like that. You know why? I don't have to. I've never had to. I come home from Vegas. She's right there. And it's like, hey, well, new G-string. All right. What time is it? Are the kids with your sister? You know, I don't have to. It's effortless. Remember what I kept telling you guys? What we started out with was, Dr. Taraban, permission. I don't ask for permission. I don't have to. I've never had to. That's just not how it works. We've never sat down like Jordan Peterson and Tammy Peterson. We sit across the table from each other. Okay, well, here's how we're going to negotiate this. And you're going to suck my 4 times a month, and I'm going to pay for this, and you're going to tell me you love me 3 times a day, and then I'm going to what? I don't have the doctorate in fucking psychology. I got a better fucking relationship than that, and I know they've been married for a long time too. Not as long as I have. There you go. All right.